Hello, everybody, and welcome to the New Releases Show. My name is Danica, and we have special guest Andrew Foley. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's buffering. Buffering.
Okay. I'm in the game. I'm here. I'm here. I was going to say I'm Brandon, but Andrew ate me. And I'll be back a couple days maybe. once I get out of here.
Yeah, so Brandon is feeling under the weather, but Andrew...
Way under the weather.
I know.
Brandon, if you're watching this, why go to sleep?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So if you want to pop up that comment, you can just hit show, and then it'll pop up.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, with the left click.
And gained a lot of weight.
No worries. All right. So we're gonna kind of get our way through this because, of course, neither of us are Brandon.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty short show. I mean, I think it would have been anyway. It's a pretty light week.
It really is.
Around, so, which was good because it was just the two of us today, and it's usually Tuesdays are usually 3 people days, and we survived.
Yeah, I think we did really good.
But if I screwed up your file, please have mercy on me. It was a rough day.
All right, let's see here. All right, I turned up his mic, so let me know if that still needs to work more. Oopsie.
Maybe if I move it. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I am in your mind.
Oh no.
You will obey.
Yes, Bryce. Yes, let's talk about Saturday. The signing with Chip Zdarsky was amazing. Everybody was so gracious with their time. Chip stayed for like an hour longer than he said he would, and it's just great. So he's just a good human, and I think we all knew that already, but just that was amazing, and it was an amazing day. So thank you if you had the chance to come out. I wish it obviously had been better air quality, but that is something that's out of everyone's control. So, all right, yay! So Brandon's in the chat. Sorry, I told you the comments. He does this to me all the time too. So. All right, cool. So we don't have much to report, but I thought maybe if you just want to get into comics, because we did have some time to read them, so we're actually pretty up to date.
Pretty up to date. How many people came through on Saturday? Well, we had 100 sales, and I know there were a lot of people that didn't.
Yeah.
Just came and got the stuff signed and wandered around a bit and left. It was good, I think.
Yeah.
It felt comparable to Free Comic Book Day to me. And I was inside the store the whole time. I didn't have to deal with the lineup, so I don't know what it was like outside. But it was good. It was very good.
Yeah. No, I'm really happy with it. I have absolutely no complaints. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let's start with Storm.
Yeah, let's start with Storm.
All right. So you read this one.
I did. And if you are like my age and came up reading the comics that I did, and you're just sick of the way these young whippersnappers do it these days, you are going to love this because it's some old school X-Men soap opera. Written in the style of the time. So I don't know if it's a great thing. I mean, it's one of Marvel's, I forget what brand I call them legacy books, which have usually been in the 90s with Venom and Darkhawk and whatnot, where they get at least the writers of the characters at the time to come back. So this one's written by Ann Nocenti. I'm not sure who the artist is. I am going to call attention to the covers. Art Germ is Art Germ, but Alan Davis has never really looked better than he does here. It's not him inking. I'm not sure who it is, but it's I've been reading a lot of Alan Davis stuff lately, old Captain Britain books, and even looking at his newer stuff, it's a sharp ink job. His line's usually a little fuzzy, so I was really impressed by that. Unfortunately, not Alan Davis in the book, but again, it feels very 80s. And Nocenti is the writer. and it deals with Storm dealing with. She's just gone into her punk mohawk phase, just taken over leadership of the X-Men. Kitty is being very much a teenager, and Storm is having some self-doubts, and that seems to possibly be manifesting around them in ways like you don't want somebody who controls the weather to be in a bad mood subconsciously doing things, and that looks like what may be happening. But again, if you're a fan of that Claremont era X-Men stuff, this is the book for you. Absolutely.
Cool. All right, let's see.
Dry mouth.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of talking on this one. Okay. Here's one I know we both read. I was pretty sure. City Boy?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Oh.
3 covers on this one.
Yeah. You want to take one? All right. Yeah, this is a neat story. I like the idea, and I'm out of the shot. I like the idea. 3 covers is hard in a shot. Oh yeah, I always do it backwards. Actually, this is really cool. Alexandre Tefenki? That's neat. It's neat as heck. I'll go with this one when I'm describing it.
Yeah, and
we've got the League.
Old school Inhyuk Lee, but it's not a scantily clad female, so perhaps not as popular as his stuff usually is. Still good, solid work. Yeah, all the way around.
Yeah.
It's like there's a design element for this character I just love, which is his mask, which is basically a COVID mask.
Mm-hmm.
I love that aspect of the character.
Yeah, it feels very, very current, of course.
Hey, Lori, how you doing? I don't know you.
Hello. Oh, there's Brandon. Been loving the whole We Are Legends line. Absolutely, they've been great. So this one is about a younger man who accidentally gets powers, and that he can like talk to structures and cities, basically. And he's just trying to live his life, and people keep kind of horning in on things when he really just wants to live. But of course, everybody is trying to use him one way or another.
Yeah, it's got a bit of a Spider-Man vibe. One of the things I like about it is that it, as a character, I believe he's living on the streets. He's certainly not doing well, and the person that's sort of looking to be his sidekick if they survive is definitely a street person. Mm-hmm. And it's saying a lot about who actually makes up a city. Mm-hmm. So there's a conflict between the people on the streets and the people kind of in the skyscrapers looking down on them. So yeah, it's another winner from this new Legends line.
Yeah. I like the fresh takes. I think comics needs that. It needs to be shaken up every so often. So I didn't get to read Fury. How was that?
It was really good, actually. It's Al Ewing, so that's not really much of a surprise. Mm-hmm. It really does the thing like they ape the Claremont era in Storm. This does that with multiple eras of Fury. So they've got the new Nick Fury, which is Samuel L. Jackson looking guy, who's the son of the old Fury, who's been sitting on the moon, like ready to snipe cosmic threats for about, I think, 10 years now. It happened at the end of a crossover by Jason Aaron called Original Sins, which was basically just writing the old Nick Fury out so they could have a Nick Fury that looked like the one they have on screen. And what it is the new Fury is on a mission, is intercepted by somebody that presents a mystery, and he has to go back and look back through the files to find out what's going on. I think they call them pictofiles, but what they are is comics in the style of the times. So there's basically a Sergeant Fury story, kind of with that 40s look and dialogue. The one that I really liked was the one that's from the 60s, the super spy stuff. They've got a lot of Steranko going on in the background.
Nice.
And it all ties up, giving the new Fury kind of a new direction to go in. And I mean, I think the goal has always been to kind of get the old Nick Fury out, but they put him on a new direction too. So there's a bunch of places it could go. I don't know where they're going to go because this is a one shot, but it seems like the launch pad, like the potential launch pad for some interesting stuff. And if you're, again, interested in kind of that meta thing where you get to see them examine different eras, it's really good. I think that is that my favorite of the week. Maybe. I think I have to go through the others and see. But yeah, that was it was very good. I was very happy with that one.
That's awesome. I see there is a new facsimile. That's cool.
Yes, if you want the real deal, like if you don't want people making meta commentaries or aping stuff, this is just straight up 1960s Iron Man. It's a #1 issue, so of course it starts by describing the situation Iron Man is in, which is he's drowning after having fought AIM and actually no, not AIM, Magia, the Magia. They even make fun of the fact that they're starting their first issue this way on the first page. The art is fantastic. It's by Gene Colan, and it really shows the difference between the art of Marvel in the late 60s and 70s and kind of the modern style. It's just nonstop action. I know Stan Lee had a rule about power. He always wanted his characters to look like they were jumping out of the panel at you. And boy, howdy, does Gene Colan ever get that. So yeah, I've never read it before. It's written by Archie Goodwin, art by Gene Colan, although of course Stan Lee, who presents it, his name is biggest. And first.
Look, fellows, my favorite parts of facsimiles are the ads because they were always grifts. Scam likely. Make money. Big prizes. Probably not.
God, I can't remember that Police song now to do a very bad stinger. Watch you on the moon.
All right. So we've got Daredevil and Echo. That's cool. Change that. All right. Ooh.
So this one's written by Taboo of the Black Eyed Peas.
Mm-hmm.
Theoretically, it's also written by another person who I suspect actually wrote it.
I will get their name momentarily.
Not somebody I'm familiar with. The art is by Phil Noto, but it's a very strange looking Phil Noto. It looks like he's just doing the line work. I'm used to seeing him doing the color and the painting as well. Yeah. So it's a little sterile for him. It's got kind of a Jamie McKelvey feel to it.
It does.
The story goes between two periods, kind of an old timey thing where you've got like people talking with terrible Irish accents. An old, I think Matt Murdock's possibly great grandfather. And they've got a problem going on, and it ties into a problem that's happening now in New York that Daredevil and Echo are going to have to deal with. There was one thing with it that just drove me absolutely berserk. And I hope I'm right in that Echo is deaf and is still deaf. I know she was originally. In the introduction, it says she's deaf. Nowhere does it say she isn't. So presumably she's reading Daredevil's lips to talk to him. And very rarely is she looking at Daredevil when he's saying things. And once I noticed that, I couldn't stop looking at it, and it just kind of drove me to distraction. But Phil Noto's art is always worth looking at. So, yeah, more of an art thing than a writing thing for me. Electra's in it, if that's a draw. She's not much, but she's there. So I guess it's taking kind of, I guess, slightly before where things are at in the Daredevil continuity that Chip Zdarsky, who we had in the store on Saturday, has them. Yeah. That's that one.
I like it. I guess we have Street Fighter.
Not Street Fighter.
That's just a blank. That's okay.
This is a comic book about Street Fighter.
Yep.
This is the one that I didn't get a chance to read. I imagine there's street fighting in it.
Yep.
It's for people who like Street Fighter.
Yeah.
I Bear them no ill will. I'm just not one of them. It's just not for me. I'm sure if you like Street Fighter, it's by Udon, who've been doing Street Fighter and for years and years and years. Presumably, the guys that own Street Fighter are happy with them. And yeah, so if you're into Street Fighter, check out Street Fighter.
All right. Was this another facsimile? Because I didn't look into this. This Flashpoint Special Edition?
I didn't read that one because I read it when it first came out.
Yeah.
It is just Flashpoint, I presume, issue 1.
Okay.
To take advantage of the movie, The Flash, which is coming out, which looks like it's taking a lot of plot elements straight out of the book, like a surprising amount. Supergirl looks like she's in Superman's plight from Flashpoint. Batman, an alternate older Batman, comes in to help Barry resolve issues, and in the end, Barry basically wrecks the universe. Is it? I think it's Barry. Wrecks and rearranges the universe in such a way that 3 disparate universes, Vertigo, Wildstorm, and DC, all got mashed together and became one entity. So I just spoiled the end for you. Sorry about that.
I think it's okay. It's been out for a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
All right, let's see. Supermassive. I will have to look up the solicit of this one.
Well, this one is, I'm not sure if they're quarterly. I believe there's been more than one of these. It's a crossover between a bunch of different characters that have books going in Image right now. There's the Dead Lucky, Radiant Black, Rogue Sun, and I think another one are active at the moment. And this is a crossover between them. So it's basically its own superhero universe. And at the very end on the last page, I don't know if we're allowed to spoil this, so I'm not going to say, but there is an implication of an even wider universe that after what happened with Philadelphia 30, I believe it was, Image jumped on and said, hey guys, to the retailers who were complaining bitterly about not knowing what happened at the end of that issue of Philadelphia, and said, just so you know, there's this thing at the end of this. It's just a 1-page thing, but you may be interested. And unlike Philadelphia, this does have implications about a potential Image connected universe, superhero universe. Don't know if they're going to follow up on it. Be interesting if they did, but I was actually really surprised. I've only read an issue of No One. That's the one massive verse comic that I've read, and I thought that one conceptually was really interesting, but I wasn't really digging it that much. I actually really enjoyed this. It's not a super great introduction to the characters. I happen to know the titles, so I knew the names of the characters, but they didn't do a great job introducing them by name. But eventually they get the hooks of Radiant Black and Rogue Sun out there, and I really enjoyed it, and it's probably inspired me to actually go take a closer look at the massive verse than I had before. Cowl, which I think had Rod Reese on art and Kyle Higgins writing it, that one's about 10 years old. That one was really interesting. Apparently it's part of it too, although how it connects, I don't know. There's some really interesting art going on there. It's a superhero manga-esque style. If they had that guy doing the Street Fighter comic, I don't think it would look half bad. Not entirely my thing, but a good Eastern anime manga influence applied to North American superhero tropes. So yeah, that was actually a surprise to me. Actually, I am pretty hard sell for superhero stuff at this point, having been reading them for 45 years. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. So that's a recommend from me.
Awesome. Hi, Kate. Thanks for joining.
Hey, Kate. How you doing?
So we have, that was all the singles. It's pretty limited, but it doesn't mean that sometimes there's quality over quantity, which is awesome. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
yeah. That stands to reason. No, not yet. I'm lazy and scared, and it's like, I'm not going to do it. Tina will be doing it if anybody does it. And she's got a lot on her plate right now. It's not life critical. So it's nice to know that we have the solution to the toilet. And sorry to the people that aren't reading the messages.
I can do this.
It
That helps.
hasn't been executed yet. Partly because I'm afraid when the execution comes, the toilet is going to die and spill things. Even though you say, and I'm sure if you did it, you could do it with your eyes closed. And I'm equally sure that if I did it, I would destroy like half my house. So, yeah, actually, we should talk about that and like how much. We'll talk about that.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
Yeah, I would feel more comfortable with a professional doing it, certainly than me doing it or my wife doing it. Tina would probably be quite happy to do it, but she's more adventurous than I am. So yeah.
Yeah, I actually asked Kate a bit of advice the other day, and she said it like it was nothing, and I was just like blowing it up in my head, thinking it was going to be this huge job, and everything was just going to fall apart if I touched like one thing. She's like, "No, it's fine. Just to do the thing."
Well, I think her solution was like one sentence long, and it went so far over my head I couldn't even see it.
Yes.
So, a handyman I am not. Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is why you got to call your local handyman.
Am I talking too fast? I worry that I'm talking too fast. Okay, good.
No, you're good, and you're a good bit away from the mic because I forget sometimes, and I'm just like, I'm way back here, and I'm like, hi everybody. Okay, so yeah, it's just a whole thing. So we're gonna move on to trades.
I'm gonna be holding up a lot of books here because I don't know how many of these I've read any part of, if any.
That's true, but they have the back, so
that's a good point.
I liked using the back. This is why I also like single issues with descriptions on the back.
Yeah, that's just, if you're not going to have an advertisement that somebody paid to put there, why not do that? I don't understand.
Yeah, like in issue 1, sure. You know, I get if you don't have it past that, but this is anyway. So Briar, I think I read the first like 2 issues. Like most good series, I realize what it's about and I have to move on because there's 72 other things happening the next week. So, as usual, I have not finished volume 1, but it was very enjoyable what I did read. What if Sleeping Beauty never got her happily ever after and had to save herself instead? 100 years after Briar Rose first fell into her slumber, the sleeper has now become the sleepwalker, and she must face a brutal, bleak world ruled by a tyrant. Yeah, okay. From her past. Burdened by prophecy and betrayal, it will take everything Briar and her band of misfits have to survive the wasteland where magic went to die. As they journey through a land of untold terrors, Briar nurtures a burning pledge of vengeance, but will it be enough to bring some semblance of a happy ending to the land and her heart? And it is by a really cool dude, Christopher Cantwell, not the Nazi, because there's a total Nazi named Christopher Cantwell. It sucks.
I'm sure he loves that.
I know. I have to. I'm like, I make sure to specify that every time, even if people know. I'm like, no. The television and comics writer, we like him. Yeah, he's done Iron Man. He did the show *Halt and Catch Fire*, which all just see it if you haven't already. It's brilliant. There's like 4, 5 series. Oh yeah, sorry.
Just want to take a flip through and look at the art.
Yeah, the art's really cool.
The colors are delightful.
I like the colors.
I'm not sure if the same. This has a really nice kind of almost Disney animated style, sketchy animated sketches is what this reminds me of.
That's cool.
Nice. It doesn't. It's line work compared to the painting of the cover, but yeah, no, it's very nice.
Yeah, and they have different artists for the like, not fantasy,
flashbacks. Yeah.
My brain got as far as the first letter, which it usually does, and then I try my best to make up the rest of it.
As I recall, this was originally going to be just a 4-issue series and out. And Boom is pretty good for this. They do the 4 issues, and if it sells well enough, means people are interested in it. They expand it to an ongoing. This is one of those. So that's the first volume of hopefully many to come.
Honestly, I love that idea, and I'm glad that more companies are doing that. This time is you get a season 1, and if you are successful, you get a season 2. Like, just giving someone ongoing usually leads to, well, I don't know, it's been like 30 issues and you're kind of slumping along and you're doing whatever.
I mean, from a retail standpoint, I think it's better off if you're going to do season 2 that you do it like a month after season 1 ends rather than give it 6 months, just because people's interest does tend to give up. I'm a trade guy, so it doesn't really matter to me. I prefer collections because, well, my wife and I are both very messy people, and the idea of having 4 consecutive issues of a comic in the same place at our house at the same time is laughable.
Oh, I definitely need a single issue and podcast day. A lot of piles. Did you want to talk about Hitomi?
Sure, Hitomi. This is by, I think it's called, I don't know how to pronounce it, Syzygy? Syzygy sounds right, which is kind of an image imprint by former IDW editor-in-chief Chris Ryle and the artist of Zombies vs. Robots, Ashley Wood. So they've got their own mini line of stuff going through Image, and this is one of them. I'm going to have to bend the cover away to actually see this.
Yeah.
A drifter seeking revenge on the man who murdered her family searches the legendary but now disgraced samurai Yasuki in hopes that he will teach her the code of Bushido and set her on the warrior's path. It sounds like she's kind of already on that path, but seeking whatever bit of redemption he might receive for this act, Yasuki agrees, and together the duo begin traveling the ancient Edo roads where men, monsters, and myths come together to provide ample training grounds. Thus begins a journey where Hitomi will encounter a much greater and more elusive challenge, the struggle to find her place in a tumultuous world entrenched in discrimination and violence. Comics Beat says it's engrossing and entertaining. It's just incredibly well done, so good source, some good stuff there. I've read a few articles.
Yeah, there's one by that guy, like Brian. What is his name? Braden?
Something.
I don't know. Forgettable name. Great writer.
I know his last name is Schatz.
See, half the fun of Brandon not being here is we get to roast him. He is also in the house, though,
so if somebody comes in here and body tackles me, you'll know what happened.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna get yep, like I know where you sleep, blah blah. All right, next up we've got 20th Century Men, which is pretty cool. It looks like, I think it's the whole thing, 1 to 6.
Yeah.
It's a big boy.
Yeah.
Forgot they were oversized issues. It's nice. You will not lose this on your shelf. Very good. I make bombs to save the world. At the end of the 20th century, superheroes, geniuses, and madmen rushed towards World War II. A Soviet iron hero, a superpowered American president, an insane cyborg soldier, an Afghan woman hell-bent on building a better life for her people. These strange yet familiar beings collide in a story that mixes history, politics, and comic mythology into something totally new. Welcome to 20th Century Men, where the edges of our reality and fiction touch, overlap, and then explode. Boom. All right.
Like Brandon says it. Let's see if I can actually do this.
Oh, yeah. Just on the left side. Yeah. There you go.
Like Brandon said, this is by Deniz Camp. He's a bit of an it boy right now. He did a previous series called Agent of World that was really
Bye. It's the Wi-Fi. Okay, I'll fiddle around with the Wi-Fi if you don't mind doing the next stuff. Okay.
So I don't know if anybody caught that, but it's Deniz Camp also wrote Agent of World. I read the first issue of this. It is a super dense book. I think it took me 45 minutes to read the first issue, which was it's oversized, but there's a lot going on there. It's a meaty intellectual, thought-provoking book. I plan to read it when I am in a really good mood because I got a feeling it's going to be a little grim. But yeah, no, very well regarded, as was Agent of the World. I know he's got some Marvel work coming up, so like he's going places. Good for him.
I'll try the other Wi-Fi. I think I can just switch it without. The Wi-Fi. Ah. Okay, I am hoping that by switching the Wi-Fi, that worked. It always happens like this. We have the Wi-Fi in the living room, and then we have like an extender or something literally right here. You can see it, and yet the camera's just like, I don't know her. So always fun. Get off the Wi-Fi, Brandon. Yes. Stop downloading movies and I don't know. Please talk about this book. I'm actually very curious about this one.
So we got here is Ava's Demon. Apparently it's a Skybound comic book, which is Skybound's younger readers line that they've been experimenting with. Tilly Walden's Clementine from the Walking Dead world is in there. A couple others, I think, that I can't think of off the top of my head. So yeah, if you've got a younger reader, I'm thinking 8 to 12, this may be something for them. Will you make the pact? When a young, shy girl named Ava discovers that the demon who haunts her is actually the spirit of an ancient alien queen named Rathia, that doesn't bode well. The two form a powerful pact. In exchange for a better life, Ava must help Rathia seek revenge against Titan, the godlike being who destroyed her empire. To aid in the fight, Ava must first assemble Rathia's most trusted warriors, along with their host life forms. Again, that's a cue. That's a sign. The only problem is she doesn't know how to find them. Acclaimed author Michelle Fuss presents their groundbreaking webcomic in graphic novel format for the very first time.
That's exciting. Yeah, I remember going to order that and looking at the art, and that's kind of what really threw me over the edge, right? The colors are amazing.
Yeah, that just jumps off the page.
Mm-hmm. Oh, a little closer.
No. It just jumps off the page. It jumped into my face and knocked me away from the microphone.
Brandon swear. I literally can do that. I won't because it will destroy variant edition, but I could. He knows it.
Yeah, if you've got a kid and you're in the store, definitely check this one out. The art is really, I don't know if we're allowed to show it, and it's hard to describe. It feels, I think it's more the lettering than anything else, but it feels webcomic-y to me, but for whatever that means.
I believe it was a webcomic.
It definitely was.
Yeah.
It says
okay. Was it Webtoon or Tapas?
It didn't say where it came from. It just said that it's a popular webcomic.
Okay. That makes sense. I remember it saying it somewhere, but I mean, who the hell knows anymore? Honestly, Webtoons or Tapas, they're both the same quality to me. Like the things that are getting published from them are the cream of the crop. So,
well, it seems to me they're both being published by more traditional book publishers, which is an area Skybound's clearly trying to get into, but I'm not sure they're up there with like Penguin or HarperCollins just yet.
Not yet. All right, get ready for this. I wish Brandon was here because I would really not. I'd rather not do that.
I'm just looking at the cover, the title, the subtitle, and yeah, this is the greatest book of all time.
Okay, Brandon, this is for you. This is a super serious mysteries. The untimely passing of Nicholas Fart. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm sure he's loving this right now. It is a who dealt it mystery. Once there was a smell so stinky, a reek so foul, that Nicholas Fart toppled from his chair, rolled across the carpet, and passed out cold on the floor. It was the perfect crime. Never fear. Penelope Whiff is on the case, and no, you crack, I want to crack. And she is sure to get to the bottom of this who dealt it mystery. Can she sniff out the source of the nasty, putrid smell? This is perfect for ages 6 to 10, because ages 6 to 10 love fart jokes. And apparently us too.
Yeah. Age 52 is in there as well.
It is. This actually segues me into a delightful moment that Andrew and I got to share, which I'm going to tell you, because it's fun to shame your cats on live internet. So, Squee's always been a nervous pooper, and he was trying. He was doing his best because we were in the living room, and he was just like, "All right, I'm just gonna be over here."
We've all been there.
Yeah. Have you ever heard a cat fart? Because we have now.
Yeah, I had 4 cats and I never heard it until tonight.
I have never heard a cat fart. I have had like kitten farts, which are like disgusting. They clear a room, but you don't hear them. Like my mom's cat, Arthur, years and years and years ago, I felt bad for him because he would do it, and then we'd be like, "Okay, buddy, we gotta go," and he had no idea why. I was like, "Why are you leaving me?" Because you're disgusting. So that's the story. That is the story. That's Squee farted, and it was just the funniest thing. Anyway, yeah, no, I was gonna tell you after, but I mean, this book just made the perfect segue. Cat farts. Oh my god.
I
Yeah.
don't know if you put it up, but Kate's got an idea.
Ooh. Story time. I love it. I love it. Yes.
This reminds me, years and years and years ago, back when I worked in Happy Harbor, when they were on 99th Ave, at the end of the day, I would stand up and loudly proclaim to whoever was there that I was going to finish the day, the working days I did every day, by reading a randomly picked selection from Frank Miller's Holy Terror.
Oh no!
Which I would then dramatically pick a page at random and dramatically read it. Always got a laugh, which is more than Holy Terror will do if you're just reading it without my brilliance adding to it. But yeah, I don't know about that. Tell all your friends and see if we can get like a grassroots thing going. And who knows? I don't own the channel.
That would be a lot of fun, I would say.
Try and convince the bosses, see what happens.
It's me, I'm the boss. Fully Terror.
I can't believe nobody did that until now.
That's amazing. All right. Let's get back to work. I'm just kidding. Right. It's okay. You've seen the show. You know how it goes. This is normal. All right. We've got, sorry. Yeah. Either way, like, honestly, they're all good. I'll do this one because I read it, but otherwise it doesn't matter. They're all good. They're all good books, Bront. All right. We've got the do-over. Okay. How would you pronounce this? Because my brain is saying marinara and I cannot unsee it.
I see why you got that. Mariana.
Thank you. Okay. My brain shorted out. Mariana is looking for her chance to shine. She's having trouble making friends after a cross-country move to Ohio. Plus, her dad refuses to let her help out at his hair salon, despite the fact that she's a social media expert. Oh my God. You're so cute. When she meets Zoe and Everly, the three decide to start their own hairstyling studio, True Colors. Spelled without a U. Dirty Americans. Mariana finally finds the friends and the calling she's been searching for. But with the town Harvest Fest on the horizon and a growing line of customers always at the door, the friends have to scale up quickly, and they don't always agree on how. Can Mariana find the courage to speak up for what she wants? And does True Colors have what it takes to succeed in business and friendship? And I need to go back in time and give this to Danica like 6 years ago.
Oh, have we frozen again?
No, I think we just stopped moving. Yeah,
Okay.
we're good. Do 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 do. No, I think the Wi-Fi is good now. We will see. There he is. There's our boy. What a doof. Yeah. I don't know. This is cute. This is like adorable and about children owning a business. And honestly, I might as well have been a child when we started this business because I didn't know anything. Yeah. Oh my god. All right.
Next up, we've got Shakti. There's a new witch in town.
Yeah.
Shakti is used to being the new girl at school. She and her two moms have moved more times than she can count. I wonder how old is she? It's for 8 to 12, so she can probably count fairly high. With her unborn baby brother on the way, Shakti hopes her family has found its forever home in Amherst, Massachusetts, and that she could finally make friends. And you know, I found out what forever home means in the context of animals, and now just whenever I read the two words together, I get a little teary. Like honestly, that's all it takes. I'm losing my mind. Dementia is encroaching upon me. I just know it. Anyway, on her first day of 7th grade, she meets, I'm going to assume that's G, X-I, and they bond over their shared passion for manga and pizza with mayo, which sounds gross, but actually, if it's the right mayo, very good. But the three meanest girls in school, Harini, Emily, and Kelly, a.k.a. Heck, that's like us being Team Bad, Brandon, Andrew, and Danica.
Team Bad.
Harini, Emily, and Kelly are determined to make life miserable for Shakti and her new friends. When Shakti and G discover Heck casting spells in the woods, they fear what might happen to the other kids at school. Drawing on ancient Indian magic, Shakti seeks the aid of Durga Ma to stop Heck. But instead, Shakti accidentally conjures Kali Ma, the destroyer. Mm-hmm. Durga Ma's dangerous twin. Yeah, that is a bad typo to be making with your spell there. Kali Ma punishes Heck by transforming them into monsters and curses the entire town. A little overkill. As more and more people begin to fall ill, including one of Shakti's moms, will Shakti be able to harness her own strength, power, and empathy to save those she loves and put an end to all the hate? It's not an easy challenge, but I suspect she's up to it. It says ages 8 to 12. It's from Harper Alley, which is Harper Collins's younger readers line. Let's take a look at the art. Ooh, yeah. Again, it's got that webcomic-y feel. I think when I go webcomic, I'm responding more to the letters than the actual art.
Yeah.
Very animated, blocky color, bright, vibrant. I mean, I don't know. There's a new witch in town. I'm just, you got me with that pretty much.
I love that. All right. I did have time to read this one, so of course I did. It is The Princess and the Grilled Cheese Sandwich. And it is very sweet. It is a romance. Lady Camembert wants to live life on her own terms, without marriage. Well, without marrying a man, that is. The law of the land is that family fortunes cannot be passed down to women. So when her father passes away, she does the only thing she can. She disguises herself as a man and moves to the capital city in the kingdom of fromage to start over as Count Camembert. Oh, trust me. Oh, you just want to read this for the cheese puns, my friend.
Yeah, is this going in the food section?
It's pretty close to it. But it's hard to keep a low profile when the beautiful Princess Brie, with her fierce activism and great sense of fashion, catches Cam's attention. Cam can't resist getting to know the princess, but as the two grow closer, will she be able to keep her secret? Readers will devour this romantic comedy about mistaken identity, true love, and lots of grilled cheese. It is. It is very much this. And it is very pretty. There are a lot of good, like, classic, I want to say Regency fashion, but I do not know about that time. So just pretty gowns all around. And many much cheese puns. So if you like romance and puns, you're going to love this. Boop, boop.
we've got constellations, and I'm going to try and read this without interjection just to see if I can do it. Are you supposed to be a boy or a girl? It's a question that follows Claire everywhere, inescapable on the street, at school, and even at home. A black hole forever trying to pull them in. But as long as they have ride or die best friend Greg at their side, a party to go to, and a drink in their hand, Claire can manage, right? When the latest party goes disastrously wrong, Claire wakes up to their world unraveling. And in trying to escape the fallout, Claire tips too close to the edge. But a stay at rehab offers new friends and a chance to do the impossible, to tell the truth about themselves, their drinking, friends, family, the good, the bad, everything. That is, if Claire will take it. Set in 1980s Troy, New York, Constellations follows a queer teen's search for identity and support in a hostile culture. Using watercolor and ink, Kate Glasheen has created a world where strong lines meet soft color and raw emotions meet deep thought. That I will have to say that was very hard to do, but I did it.
So what do you think of the soft, the hard lines and the soft? I've already forgotten.
Actually, that's a nice combination. I mean, it may be digital, but it feels like watercolor coloring inside a fairly solid, expressive line. Not like, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing was like actually primarily hand drawn and painted. Yeah, that's surprisingly expressive. I quite like that.
Yeah, cool. So I like that you can look at something and see something completely different than I can, because we're coming at it from two very different angles, which is awesome and fun.
Also, this angle on the cover is a royal pain to draw. So, I was just looking at the cover and going, I'm pretty impressed with the angle, the nose, especially as somebody who occasionally tries to draw. That's not easy to pull off, and they sure do.
Nice. All right. Next up is Poison Ivy, the Virtuous Circle. Ooh, I should have taken off the wrap because it's very shiny, but I didn't. All right.
It's okay.
Yeah, I think if I just keep it.
Oh, that was fun.
That.
Yeah, I had it there for a sec.
Yeah,
But
I'll have to.
read
I gotta read it.
Yeah.
Gotta turn it over. You can see the soundboard. It's fancy.
Oh, the soundboard. I forgot about that.
Oh.
What's it going to be? What's it going to be? Yeah! I was hoping for that one.
I love that.
1 out of 8 chance, and I nailed it the first time out.
Excellent. Excellent. Humanity had its chance. Pamela Isley has been a lot of things in her life. A living god, a supervillain, an activist, a scientist, and a dead woman. In a new body that she didn't ask for, and with a renewed sense of purpose, Ivy leaves Gotham and sets out to complete her greatest work, a gift to the world that will heal the damage dealt to it by ending humanity. So freaking good. Written by G. Willow Wilson. Amazing. I selfishly am hoping that they release literally just an art book of all the covers, because they've all been good. I have not seen a bad Poison Ivy cover, like, at all.
No, those it's very, very appealing cover wise. Actually, I got one thing.
Yeah, totally.
Editor Andrew's going to get in there.
Yeah.
Now, she's been a lot of things in her life. Blah 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 blah. And a dead woman. Now, if you're a dead woman, is that something that you did in your life? I mean, she's a
comic character, so probably.
Arguably, but Editor Andrews says be a little bit more clear, so you don't have like picky people like me going, hey, I'm looking at your back text rather than your awesome covers.
Yeah, I will say that I've been thoroughly enjoying this whole series. It's nice to see Pamela written as the villain that she should be, instead of just a sexy lamp who likes plants, which is usually what she is. All right, we've got this last one. Yeah.
Knee Deep, book 1. Got that. It's a bit of a darker cover. Can I get that back in the way? That's not going to help. Yeah,
that's a good one.
Like I said, there's an argument to be made either way, but the fact that the argument can be made and could be presumably be avoided is probably you should avoid it, I would say. This one's from Oni Press, company that was having some troubles last year, but seems to be coming out of it in like really good form. They've really rallied, and I actually have hope for their future, which is not something that I had this time last year. 200 years in the future. Actually, I'm going to do this in 200 years in the future, the survivors of an environmental cataclysm took refuge underground. Their descendants now live in a literal sewer, the bowels of a subterranean city, an abandoned future utopia that was never completed. These sewer folk, a collection of scavengers, misfits, bandits, renegades, and mutants, eke out a living in this underground maze of tunnels and canals. Life is hard enough, but an overzealous mining company, Perch, wants to get their claws on this new underground frontier, and they won't hesitate to bulldoze any sewer folk that get in their way. Caught in the middle is Cricket, a young girl desperately searching for her family that fled underground. Join Cricket as she explores this, actually, not sewage, but savage new world to find her parents and unlock the secrets of a past long forgotten in this 3-part graphic novel series, Knee Deep.
This might be the first Andrew Foley story time. So Kate says, that sounds like a book I want read to me. Oh, very much so. Delightful. Delightful.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's like there's a way to do comics readings that are effective. It's not, it requires some technical prowess that I don't currently have, but like a story hour, if you want the easy version, it would probably be best if it was just straight text, so there's not a visual element. But yeah, there are ways to do. Back in the day, I saw Seth and, oh God, I forget his name. And this is bad, because basically Seth showed me everything that you should never do in a comic reading, and this other guy showed me everything that you should do. It was fantastic, and I cannot remember his name. He was a poet part of the time, as well as a comic artist out of New York. God, this is embarrassing. Dementia creeping up on me, like I said.
It'll pop back up. It'll be fine.
Yeah, so if you get the chance and you're going to go see a reading, don't recommend Seth, or for that matter, Chester Brown. I mean, if you read the books, they basically just read books in a dead voice. It's not, there's not much to it.
Yeah.
But there is a way to do entertaining comic readings.
It's hard to be a public speaker.
Yeah, there is that aspect of it for sure.
Well, that is the whole pile. My.
Yeah, we brought it in an hour.
Yeah, we did good. So what do you think? How do you feel about your, I'm going to say it first time on the show, because it won't be the last?
I enjoyed it. Wasn't what I planned to do this morning, but I'm glad I had the chance to do it. And thanks to the 4 of you who stuck through the whole thing. I hope I didn't drive away too many of the others.
No.
Yeah, no, this is really enjoyable. But I love talking and seeing myself on screen. I'm narcissistic that way. So
you got to be a little bit.
This is true.
Well, I'm going to grab our magic mirror. And if you could hit that pink button on the soundboard.
Oh, the pink button on the soundboard.
Let's see. Here's my framing. There we go. Awesome. And I should have done my other hand. This is why Brandon is the expert. So this, oh God, he has a good spiel. So we basically romper-room you and see who has left a comment. So if you are watching and you haven't left a comment yet and you would like me to say your name, I will do that as I scroll down. If you are watching in the future and you're not watching live, that is a-okay, because we still recognize you and we love you and we hope that you're doing okay. All right. First off, I see Sean. Hello, Sean. I see Brandon. Hello, Brandon. And you can too. You can too.
Go back to go to sleep.
Yes.
You're probably already in bed.
Yes. I don't know if he'll be in tomorrow, but otherwise, generally, he is in Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll talk about you at the end because you're here. I see Bryce. Hello. I see Lori. Hello. I see Ben. I see Kate. Hello. It was so nice spending time with you the other week. Long overdue. Long overdue. I see Mike. Hello. And and I see Andrew. And you can too. So we should all be there Wednesday and Thursday. I am going to be changing my schedule just a bit. Do you want this? Yeah, totally. Oh.
Sean, I see you. I'm watching. Don't do it. Just do not do it. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Romper room, everybody.
You're not to use the magic mirror for evil, Andrew. So I am going to be doing a little bit of life changing. I don't know. I'm changing my schedule just a bit at the store to see if that helps with my mental health and my brain meats. They've been fighting me.
She is hopefully getting some much needed rest.
Yeah. So I won't be working Friday, Saturday for a little while, unless that changes. I don't know. But I'll be at the store Wednesday, Thursday. So I'll still be working other days, but of course Tuesday nobody sees me because we're closed. But we'll see. It's kind of an experiment right now to see if things work out better, because I think I've just been pushing really hard, and I've been burning out. And now that we've passed the kind of gauntlet that was May, because event-wise May's over, we're good. We still have the summer, and we still always have something on the go, but I'm gonna be relying on the guys a little bit more for the next little while, because I have people I can trust and depend on at the store. So I like that. Yeah, so we'll see. I'll still be there on Wednesdays to see y'all and chat with you about the new comics. You know, I don't want to miss that part. But we've got a good team, and we all support each other. You know, in physical illness or mental illness, because we all have something.
I have many things.
Yes, we contain multitudes, multitudes of mental illnesses. But I treasure that. I really do. Sorry to be snappy. But I just want to say thank you. Yeah, thank you.
To me or to them?
Yeah, no, you.
I want to say, okay, well, you're welcome, but thank you guys.
And thank you. We are going to sign off, but thank you for watching, and take care of yourself.